Hey, this is Hans from Dakota Angler Outfitter. In this video, we are going to tie a split case PMD Nymph, and in this case, we've got a tungsten bead on the hook. You can tie it with or without a tungsten bead. You can tie this in size 12 all the way down to a size 20. I'm going to use brown thread. We're just going to start right behind the bead, go back to the bend of the hook, take off our excess. I'm going to use some wood duck fibers for my tail. You could also use Mallard dyed wood duck or teal dyed wood duck. I just happened to get a nice mixed pack of barred flank feathers from Nature's Spirit at the shop and had some nice wood duck in there. It's perfect for the legs and the tails on this fly. So I'm going to trim off the excess thread or excess tailing fiber, and then I'm going to tie in our ribbing material, which is going to be a just a piece of monofilament. This happens to be 2X. You could use 3 or 4X as well. Smaller flies, you might want to go down a little bit smaller in size. Then the body's going to be brown dubbing, and just want a good natural brown dubbing, or you could even use a synthetic, but it doesn't need to be really buggy. I'm using Possum dubbing here, but you could use brown hairs dubbing, would be great too. And then we'll dub that forward about 2/3 of the way. And then I'll take my mono and do the rib. You could use a wire rib too. There we go. And we'll tie that off. And then we can trim off the excess. Okay, now we're going to do the wing case. So the wing case has 2 parts. It has 2 black biots. Tie those in. And one on the far side, one on the near side. Take off the excess, and then we will tie in our yellow foam, which is going to be what peeks through and gives it the split case look. You want to use a thin yellow foam, like the Wapsi razor foam. This is closer to 1 mil, but this is what I had. It'll work. I'm going to take that same dubbing. We'll dub our thorax. We're going to take some more of those wood duck fibers now for our legs. We need some on the far side and some on the near side. So get 2 clumps, tie some in on the far side. Grab another clump. And we can do the far side or near side now. And we can just go ahead and even those up. So they're both sides are about the same length, just a little longer than the thorax. And then we'll trim off the excess. And this can be just a little bit, oh, wrong one. It's got to be a little careful. A little shorter, there we go. trim those. Oops. Let's tie those in again. There we go. Trim that off. A few extra thread wraps, just a little extra there that we'll take off in the front. There we go. Okay, now we'll take our yellow foam and just pull it forward, tie it down. And then we can trim off the foam. Try to trim that fairly far down. You'll have a little bit that wants to stick up. And I just try to coat that with some thread, or cover that with some thread wraps. And then we'll pull our Biots over now, one at a time. You're just leaving a little bit of that foam showing in the middle. And that gives you that split case. Clever idea. That little spot though really seems to make a difference, really draws fish's attention to this fly. And we'll trim out our Biots. Take our thread and tie everything down, and then do a whip finish. Trim off our thread. And then we've got a completed split case PMD Nymph. It's a fantastic fly during the summer. Use it as part of a nymph rig or as a part of a dry dropper rig. Just an excellent fly. We sell a ton of them at the shop, but if you tie your own, this is how you do it. I'm Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. Thanks for watching.